You know, the science rooms that we're working out of right now, by and large, were constructed in 1956. And so all the cabinetry is 1956, all of the lab decks are 1956, all of the plumbing is 1956. So we don't have any real flexibility. There's no rolling laboratory space. We can't move lab tables to collaborate. We don't have the ability with load-bearing walls around to make our space more flexible. So when we're in a lecture mode, we don't have enough room for all the kids to sit, and then when we go to the lab, we don't have enough room for all the kids to work in the lab. And that's just the nature of the beast. You know, things were done differently in 1956 than they are currently. And so when we go around and look at laboratory facilities that many kids are able to work with in some other districts, they very much look like the laboratory spaces in research facilities and in universities where we're attempting to prepare our kids, you know, to ultimately move toward, and our spaces don't look anything like that. So, you know, the biggest impact on the kids is they aren't getting a real world experience. So a lot of the things that we have to do in our labs are a little bit more cookie cutter. It doesn't lend itself to inquiry. It doesn't really lend itself to kids doing some individual research projects where maybe they have some flexible spaces where they can do an independent learning project where they're actually carrying out research, keep their equipment up, you know, over an extended period of time. We just don't have spaces like that. It's one large open lab. Everybody's working on the same thing at the same time. And again, that's not what kids are doing in the universities. You know, they're in laboratory settings with lab benches where they're sitting at stools. They've got their own space. They're able to keep their equipment up overnight because other people won't come into that area, and they really do get a true research experience in those types of laboratories. And that's what we envision the new high school having, is some spaces like that where kids really can do some independent inquiry laboratories where they're exploring answers to their own topics.